Got this question from a couple of YouTube followers of mine. Question that was asked is, Loy, how do you overcome distractions? Now, I have plenty of techniques. In fact, I got 2-3 sessions that were booked to ask me how do I do that. So I don't want to overwhelm you with too many techniques. I'll give you just one technique that is the best to overcoming distractions. Okay, we live in a day and age where your smartphone has notifications: Gmail, Facebook, YouTube, Skype. I mean, the list goes on. You'll get news updates, news feeds. Every website is saying hit the notification bell, get updated. You get bombarded with people who just want your attention. Okay, so, and I'm pretty sure that even though we say that yes, I will switch off the notifications, we enjoy receiving a notification. Oh, there's a notification, let me check what it is. That's why Facebook, that's why YouTube never tell you the list of contents. They'll always keep feeding you new content, and there's always a surprise element. It's like gambling. You don't know what you'll get, and when you get something, it's like, wow, amazing. So it's like, the luck factor. So how do I overcome distractions? Very simple strategy. The night before, I first write down, okay, this is my task which I'm supposed to do. For me, one of the most important and difficult tasks that I do is my long videos, which go 3 hours, 6 hours. That takes a lot of work, editing, research, and it takes me literally 2 weeks of just focusing on the task. So I break it down into the editing, scripting, research, and let's say shooting the video. So after I've broken it down into doable tasks, okay, I allocate, let's say, a target. I don't go as per time, like the next 1 hour I'm going to focus on this, next 1 hour, no. It doesn't work out for me that way. I give myself, like, I'll do like 7 articles, or I'll read 3 chapters, okay, whatever it is. And when I decide to do that, the first thing after getting up, like I've made the decision in the night before that this is what I'm going to do, and then I clean sweep my room. Not just sweeping, I mean, I keep everything in order. Everything has to go in place. Everything has to be kept properly in place. The least number of things are kept all around. Like my table will have only what I require. The rest, everything is taken out. Only what I require. So, and suppose I'm doing, let's say I need to read 3 chapters of a book. So obviously I don't need my iPad. I don't need my smartphone. I don't need other books lying around. I don't need snacks. I don't need a juice. I don't need iced tea. Although iced tea does help, so I just keep, that is later. Okay, so there's nothing in the room. Obviously, I can't move my shelves. The shelves will be there. So I keep everything clean. Everything is in place. Only what is required, that book. Okay? And then, yes, I go to sleep. Get up in the morning, do my normal walk, run, shower, have my espresso. After that, I get up. And, see, after you get up, your energy is fresh. Your mind is alert. There's nothing. It's like you've reset your mind. The one thing which I never ever do is take my smartphone and check all the messages, all the YouTube, everything. Because then what will happen is it'll distract me into another stratosphere. And I'll be, oh, I need to check this video. Oh, I need to reply to this guy. Oh, I need to talk to him. So I avoid doing that. The reason being is because if I start doing that, my mind will think of something else. So I don't do that. After I finish my shower, everything, breakfast is always light. It's never sugary. It's never carbs. It's primarily protein. It can be an egg, 1 boiled egg. Okay, I got something in my stomach. Then I go sit in my room. I sit in my room and I always tell my wife and my, to manage the baby, to make sure there's no disturbance for that 1 hour. If in case, let's say the baby is talking and there's music, I have these soundproof, uh, you know, noise removal Sony headphones. I put it on. You can even use the Bose. I switch it on so it creates a vacuum. And sometimes I have this app which is CALM Calm, where they have a static noise like the wind blowing or the waves or anything. It's up to you. In my case, I don't need that. If in case I do, I use it. Normally, you don't need it. And then I sit and focus on my task. So the first thing in the morning after getting up, no phone, no iPad, no internet, no nothing. Sit and focus on my task and ensure that I complete it. I don't keep it too long. Like, the longer the day goes, the tougher it is. For me, the maximum I can focus, the max on a task is 3 hours. Maximum. Okay, beyond that I cannot. I don't have the stamina. And I don't carry it for the rest of the day. So 3 hours, bang on, did the task. After that, I take a break. And if in case, let's say I have to do a shooting which is like the full day, let's say 9 hours or 11 hours of raw footage, like when I sit in my room, I break it down into like each 2 hours and then take a break, walk, have a black coffee, come back. I go, just a walk, or I take a breather, and that helps me gain the stamina. Or sometimes if I feel after every 2 hours or 3 hours, but I don't stretch myself too much because then I get burnt out. And yeah, if I do a long session like that for the day, the next day is switch off. I'll only play games, or I'll only go outside with my wife and children. I'll relax myself, I'll reward myself, because the mind needs to relax. Okay, or I go for a deep tissue massage for 2 hours or even 3 hours. Okay, so this is what I tend to do where overcoming distractions is concerned. When you're doing an important task, prepare the place, clean it up, make sure nothing is there that is not related to the place. It's like when you're in the jail, when inmates go to jail, you can watch some of these prison documentary videos. They just have one window, plain white walls, there's a bed, there's nothing else. So you're forced to just focus on that one particular task. You don't think of anything else. I got this amazing forward. It was sent to me by one of my friends, Suresh Cherian, or Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor is one of the Indian politicians. He was asked this question by one of the attendees. And she asked him, Mr. Shashi Tharoor, you have such an amazing vocabulary. Could you give us one word to improve our vocabulary? Very intelligently. I love Shashi Tharoor's answers, even though I don't agree with all his views, but I think he's an amazing, amazing human being, amazing gentleman. Really an intellect, like Sadhguru, Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins. He's amazing. He has a great mind. So he says, the most important word that I can give you is read. And he goes on to say that when he was young, he was an asthmatic child. He couldn't go out to play. He couldn't enjoy, have fun. So he was confined to the four walls of the room. And those were the days there was no iPad, there was no iPhone, there was no Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. There was nothing. There was no TV, there was no internet, there was no radio. And he was left in the four walls of the room. And the only thing he had was a book. So what he said in that is, I would read, and I would read voraciously. I would read books that were far beyond my age. And if there was a word I didn't understand, I would try to find a relatable word and see it used multiple times, and I'd memorize it. Beautiful. I mean, really beautiful. And he said, by the time I reached adulthood, I'd read more books than most of my peers. And that helped me gain a perspective of life, And that's how he improved his vocabulary. And I found that I was able to relate to it so much because as a child, I was locked up in the room. I was not given access to TV, phone, this, that. I was forced to read. And I was not forced to read. I mean, I didn't have a choice. So I would read books. And the funny thing is, in my case, my parents never allowed me to read books. I know it's strange. They would only say school books, and I found school books boring. So I would read story books, detailed big ones, with no pictures. And when I'd go to school, I would sit in the library and just read books on history because there was nothing else to read. So I would just read, man. It was crazy. So that's how I improved my knowledge without any guidance, without any help. I was constantly reading. So yeah, I was telling you that if you want to improve your concentration and remove distractions, no iPad, no iPhone, no internet connection, nothing, for the few hours that you'll focus on your task. And I don't take calls, nothing, absolutely nothing. So I'm in my room, first thing in the morning, finish my important tasks, and then the rest of the day I go on. So this was one technique that I shared with my client, which I thought I'd share with you. So see how it works for you. Try it out and let me know whether it works or doesn't work. Put your thoughts in the comment section below. And this is me signing off. I hope this adds some value to you. Take care.